with March Madness in full effect and baseball just getting started, we didn't want to snub one or the other. We're going to talk about both. This March Madness tournament has been an all-time great. I mean, we've had buzzer beaters, insane endings, and the opening weekend of baseball has reminded us how lucky we are to have baseball in the first place. It also makes you realize how much you miss it when it's gone. This is the Beyond the Bench podcast, and today we're going to talk about what's been going on in the March Madness world since last week, since last time we talked, as well as the opening weekend of baseball and some storylines we've been seeing as we start moving forward in the season. So, Nick, what do you want to talk about first?
So, just starting us off, I think we got to address the elephant in the room and talk about UConn quick. Like that was just one. It was an incredible game. Like that game felt like it was the final for the amount of energy that was displayed in that game.
UConn was down 19 at one point.
Yeah, which is crazy, which is ridiculous. And the fact of the matter is that buzzer beater was so iconic and so incredibly magnificent that my father, who does not watch any sports, was watching, and my 90-year-old grandfather from Italy was also watching. Both of them do not understand a lick of basketball. But even my grandfather, when that shot went in, was like, "Oh my God, he shot this from so far away!" And I was like, "Yeah, because he's a goat." And also, I had bet on UConn, so I think I got a little bit of a divine help there. But in all honesty, like I think UConn deserves to be in the Final Four just based off that. Being down 19, that is just a ridiculous feat.
I mean, Duke literally did everything wrong on that last sequence. Like, literally everything wrong. You inbound it. Sarr inbounds it. First of all, Sarr is the only person that did anything right on that whole play. Right. So,
out of 5 dudes.
Sarr passes to Cameron Boozer. As he should. The best free throw shooter on the team. All you need to do is get fouled. And you're more than likely going to win. And then Boozer passes it back to Sarr, who, A, is under the basket, which is like textbook you're not allowed to do. It's one of the first things they teach you when you're playing basketball. And B, he's the worst fucking free throw shooter on the team. Then he gives it to Caden Boozer, who... I'm going to quote my professor on this. He said this to me yesterday. If Caden Boozer either A, threw the ball as high as he could, or took a knee on the court and took a shit, they would have won the game. He threw it right at 2 UConn players. And then Mullins, takes the ball, and in his head he's like, "Oh, Alex Caravan, we're going to give it to him. Just because he's the guy on that team." Like Caravan gives it back to Mullins, who's like, "I got to shoot this." So he did, and it went in.
That it was. I mean, I understand the March Madness logo on courts is pretty long, but that was literally from the logo. Like
it was, I think,
like well past. Like that is just a ridiculous shot. And if you actually looked at his stats, I think that was the only 3 he made during, and maybe another that he made. But I think it was like 1 or 8 or like 2 and 8 or something.
I think so.
During that game, like I feel like this always happens in March Madness. You saw it with I'm forgetting his name. The St. John's player who won the game against Kansas.
Dylan Daniels, I think it's
Dylan Darling.
Dylan Darling, sorry. I'm thinking of Dyson Daniels.
Dylan Darling.
An NBA player.
Yeah. Like Dylan Darling literally did not make basically any shots that entire game and then wins the game for St. John's. Same thing that happened with UConn. Like it is just a crazy amount of skill and luck, honestly. Like it's ridiculous. But I do also want to talk about what happened with St. John's, before that game, because me and you were watching, Christian. Like I don't want to say that this all came, like the result occurred because of this, but there was just a ridiculous amount of calls for Duke. Like the officiating was the officiating was a little bit not a little bit. It was very lopsided in terms of how many free throws Duke was receiving and how many free throws St. John's was receiving.
Yeah.
Now, Christian, I don't know if you knew this, but when, at least with soccer, I'm sure it's the relatively similar for other sports too. But when you know, I'm a trained referee. When they are training you to become a referee, they say if there is a call that you think is a little bit weak, don't call it, because if you do call it, then you will be, you know, entitled to call it every single time, because then each team will hold you to that standard that you just created for yourself.
Yes.
And I think that's what happened with the Duke game. I think that from the beginning, they were calling some shots and fouls that were, again, a little bit on the weak side.
Yeah.
And there was a point to which that kind of got a little out of hand, and that's why Duke I think Cameron Bruiser was like 16 for 16 for free throws, but he only had 25 points. Like, that's ridiculous. That should not be happening.
Yeah, no, that's
in a Sweet 16 game. But I going back to it, I think UConn 100%, no doubt in my mind, should have won that game. They honestly, they looked good. They came back from 19. I don't know what else you can
down 19.
Really say about that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, well, when you're down 19, you end up winning the game. That says something about your program, and that says something about your coaching, right? But yeah, so I thought it would be kind of cool if we could compare each March Madness team that are still in the Final Four to their NBA equivalent. So without further ado, we're going to start off with UConn since we're talking about.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm comparing them to the Celtics.
I am too.
3 Final Fours in 4 years, 2 championships in 4 years. They're just a good team. They're consistent. I don't think anybody had them, maybe not going this far, but also not getting eliminated before this, if that makes sense.
I basically just put the Celtics because you can never count them out.
Yeah.
Like, they are always... Like, it's always possible for the Celtics and UConn
to
make it to where they did. Like,
right.
Nobody thought the Celtics were going to be the second seed in the East this year without Tatum. And now Tatum's back, and they are the second seed, and they were the second seed before he came back.
Yeah.
I hate the Celtics.
It's also UConn. Like, if we're comparing UConn to the Celtics, you have to look at the supporting cast. Everybody on that team has been doing their part, and you can't have a team in the Final Four that's really just one guy. That's not gonna, that's not gonna get them that far. So if everybody's doing their part, just like everybody in the Celtics were doing their part, once Tatum got injured, that will propel you to a potentially championship-winning caliber team.
Yeah. I think Illinois is the Knicks. I don't know is that what you had?
Yeah.
Because they're not the top seed, and I don't think they really will be. They never have been. They never are. Yeah. But they're still going to find a way to make it very far in all these tournaments. And this year they made it farther than they have in a long time.
A lot, yeah.
They've never won the national title.
My point is that I know they're the 3 seed, but if you take every single team in the Final Four, they are undoubtedly the underdogs. They are undoubtedly who a lot of people say are the worst team in that four in the Final Four.
Yeah, but if you look at the odds, they have better odds than UConn.
Do they really?
They're favored against UConn. Yeah, I think they're like 1.5 point favorites. Yeah.
Illinois compared to Knicks, just kind of like me, Christian and I were literally like typing our notes for the podcast, and I go, I think Illinois may be like the Knicks, and he goes, yeah, right.
I was literally thinking the same thing. Like, we were sitting there, we were sitting there in your kitchen, and I was like, yeah, wait a minute. That's like the same thing.
It's just because I think people are counting out Illinois. I think people are thinking Illinois can't get the job done, and that's what people have said about the Knicks. I mean, and that's what has happened with the Knicks.
It's been true so far, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been true so far, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna throw any argument there, but yeah. Moving to the next game, I think Michigan is more comparable to the Golden State Warriors. It's just like they're one of the biggest names in the tournament. Like someone who doesn't watch college basketball, like I can go to my dad and be like, okay, these are the Final Four teams: UConn, Illinois, Michigan, and Arizona. He's probably going to pick. And if I say pick one, he's probably going to pick Michigan just because he knows who Michigan is, and that's my.
It's not necessarily that they're good. It's just they're notable. They're a known thing.
They're notable, right? That they're notable.
So I have Michigan because my explanation for Michigan and Arizona kind of go hand in hand.
Okay.
My Michigan is the Nuggets and Arizona is the Thunder because this whole tournament at the same time they've both looked like they're the best team in the country. Like I'll watch Arizona play and I'm like nobody's going to beat them. They're too good. And then you watch Michigan play and you think the exact same thing. Nobody's going to beat them. They're too good. And I feel like this whole tournament they've been on a collision course to play each other. And we're getting it, and we're going to see who really is the better team at this point.
I 100% agree, but this may be a little bit of a hot take. I think the Michigan-Arizona game will be better than the final.
Yeah, because the finals will be
in terms of quality of game.
Yeah,
in terms of
the
quality
finals will be a blowout. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And kind of stealing this, shout out to Colin and Mr. Montano, but whoever wins the Michigan-Arizona game, I think will win the entire thing. I just don't think the other competitors on the other side of the bracket are going to be able to put up with the caliber that both of these teams are.
Yeah.
I mean, for my Arizona comparison, I picked OKC just like I said OKC without the free throws. I wanted to make that comparison.
Yeah. The Thunder are a good team with or without the free throws. It's not.
No, I know. I just hated what they were doing to the Knicks. That was crazy. That was ridiculous. The officiating in that was just ridiculous.
I'm not going to say what I was saying during that game.
No. Moving on. Do you want to do Final Four predictions? Just to get it off the bat. So UConn versus Illinois. Who you got?
UConn.
I have UConn as well. And then Michigan versus Arizona.
Because.
What are you holding?
The thing.
Oh, that was from last week.
Dan Hurley. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even think Dan Hurley was the coach at this point. But since 2011, UConn.
He definitely was not the coach.
Since 2011, UConn has been to 4 Sweet 16s. They have not lost a game in the Sweet 16 or after since 2011. They have won 18 straight games in the Sweet 16 crazy. Or after. So basically, every time they make the Sweet 16, they win the national championship. Since 2011. Crazy. So I have UConn over Illinois.
I also have UConn over Illinois for the same exact reason. UConn, and honestly, between UConn and Illinois, I do think that UConn can actually put up a fight against Michigan or Arizona, whoever wins. But speaking of that game, Michigan versus Arizona, I have Arizona just because, again, they've looked so dominant in every single game they've played. They have looked far and behold the best team in the tournament consistently.
I also have Arizona for the exact same reason.
Yeah, so championship, UConn, Arizona. I'm picking Arizona, unfortunately. But I think Arizona is going to win, but I'm going to bet on UConn just because I think that there is a potential for UConn to provide.
You got to get the odds, man. You got to get the odds.
I know. to make an upset here because I do think UConn as the team. It's not like they're a bad team. It's just UConn is that much more dominant.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
100% agree. I also have Arizona winning the national championship.
okay.
For the first time since 1997, the West of Texas curse is broken.
What's that?
No, since 1997, when Arizona last won the national championship, no school that is west of Baylor has won the national championship. Baylor in
Really?
Texas. Yes.
I don't know that. It's kind of like the Bills curse,
What's the Bills curse?
except that they can never win a championship. But I know they did. But anyways, I just quick shade to the Bills.
Peter's gonna be pissed at that.
He's yeah. All right, so moving on to MLB opening week. I think that this opening week has been, some of the most entertaining in a couple years, in my opinion.
I think that there's narratives that are showing themselves.
Yeah.
That have been a lot more interesting than in recent years. It's like they know that we're not going to have baseball next year, so they're giving us good baseball.
Why won't we have? Oh, I forgot that's next year.
What? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Olympics.
Not even close.
What?
Not even close, dude.
The Summer Olympics.
First of all, it's in 2 years. It's 2028. Second of all, no, it's because there's going to be a lockout because the Dodgers are too fucking good.
Wait, what?
There's going to be a lockout.
So teams are just not going to play?
No, the CBA expires this year. The collective bargaining agreement. There's one every 3 years. 3 years ago, there was a lockout too. The Dodgers are doing. The Dodgers have found a lot of loopholes, and they're very rich, so they exploit those loopholes, and that's why they're only paying Shohei Ohtani $2 million a year out of his $70 million a year that he's supposed to be getting.
Yeah,
It's all deferred money, and the Dodgers keep doing this, and the Players Association and the teams and the owners are pissed. So I think there might be a salary cap that comes out of the CBA because there's no salary cap in baseball.
I think there should be, but that's just me.
Yeah, there absolutely should be.
Well, I know some people that don't think there should be.
That being said, let's get into our storylines. Potentially our last storylines for the next 2 years.
I know. Isn't that so sad?
I want to open it up with Mike Trout. Michael Nelson Trout. My goat. I love Mike Trout.
Got to get his government name.
Yep. He has looked incredible to start the season. I know. So I want to preface this. It's a very small sample size. There's only been 4 games this year for a lot of teams. Some teams have played 5, like the Angels. But Mike Trout has looked really good. And if he stays healthy, we could potentially see one last MVP run from him.
Hopefully.
He's batting .353, 2 home runs, and a .1248 OPS so far. Last night, Monday night, was his first game without a hit this whole season.
Monday Night Football. Sorry. Sorry. You know the Mexican guy is like, and then he got Justin Herbert to do it. He was like,
yes.
Monday Night Football.
Yes, I know exactly what you're CJ
Okay, sorry.
CJ clip it. But yeah, so if Mike Trout can stay healthy, I think we could see a 4th MVP run in him. At least I hope so.
I think so. I think so. I hope
like
so.
If Aaron Judge doesn't win MVP, I want it to be Mike Trout.
I also think that, like, if you're just a baseball fan, you want Mike Trout to have, kind of one last ride into the sunset. With all the injuries that he's faced, with all the narratives that have put on him, with all the stress that he's been under, because when he came into the MLB, he was like the prodigy. He was like I don't know, the Michael Jordan or the LeBron of baseball. You know what I mean? Like one of the highest rated players coming out of high school. And it's not that he hasn't lived up to that. It's just that injuries have really halted his, progress. And I think that this season, And what he's showing right now can really be a catalyst for the rest of the season. Because it's all baseball,
I hope so.
in my opinion. I know, but maybe you can disagree or agree to this. But in my opinion, I think baseball is a lot more mental than other sports
Yeah.
because it's more it's in a way it's more individually focused because you do have the team part, defensively, but then offensively, that's not really it's up to you to hit the ball and get hits and get homers. That's individual. And when you have injuries halting you and everybody saying that you can't live up to what you got signed and drafted to do, that's hard. So I hope so. I do hope so.
And listen, he's a three-time MVP. It's not like he's not going to make the Hall of Fame. It's just,
no, of course.
I don't think this is how he wanted his career to end.
Yeah.
He was like in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, something like that in the MLB Top 100, which was just sad to see. And I really hope that he bounces back this year.
Where was he last year? Do you know?
12, maybe? Something like that.
Oh, so it was like a massive drop.
Yeah. Next storyline I kind of want to talk about is the NL East, but specifically, actually, there's two teams we're going to talk about: the Nationals and the Phillies. Nationals have looked incredible in their first 4 games of the season. They are one of the 4 NL East teams that are 3-1 to start the season,
which is just crazy.
But the Nationals are beating some of the best teams in the league. They're beating the Cubs, who I believe made the playoffs last year, and if they didn't, they barely missed. And they just obliterated the Phillies, who are perennial World Series contenders. So they've scored 10 runs in 2 of the 4 games they've played this year. And they got this kid. His name's Joey Weimer.
Joey Weimer, okay.
Joey Weimer.
What about Joey Weimer?
10 at-bats this year. He's played
That's a lot.
He's played 3 of the 4 Nationals games. He is 8 for 10. He is batting .800 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs.
Holy shit.
His OPS is almost double what Mike Trout's is. Mike Trout's is 1248. His is 2446.
Oh my god.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the highest OPS goes to is 5,000. I'm pretty sure. So he's almost halfway
max?
there. I believe so. Yeah. And his is almost.
That's crazy.
He's basically halfway. But yeah, and the Nationals are just an incredibly young team. I really don't. They should not have traded Mackenzie Gore
to the Texans, right?
Yes, to the Rangers. Yeah.
Rangers, thank you.
But they have this guy Joey Weimer. He's been doing insane. They also have Brady House. He's batting .316. CJ Abrams is not doing too bad. Even their guys that are like they've been there. But Keibert Ruiz is batting .286. Luis Garcia is batting .286. Where's James Wood? James Wood's batting .118. He does have a home run.
James Woods?
No, James Wood, not the Family Guy guy.
Oh. He's in a lot of episodes.
Yeah, he dies soon, I think. Or he doesn't die.
Don't spoil it.
No, he doesn't die. He just goes away. It's Family Guy. Nobody dies in Family Guy.
It is a cinematic masterpiece, Christian.
Anywho, on the flip side of this young electric Nationals team is their opponents tonight, the Philadelphia Phillies. I think they're due for a regression. I mean, people have been saying this for a while. I think this is the year it might catch up to them. They are a relatively old team compared to the rest of the MLB. Not compared to the Yankees. The Yankees are a notoriously old team. But
always,
the Phillies are an older team with, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. They have all not looked themselves lately. Aaron Nola didn't have a great first outing. Zach Wheeler's hurt 99% of the time. I think Bryce Harper has 1 hit this year. Pretty sure he's 1 hit this year.
Can I just say something? I saw a stat, and those 3, like the big 3 on the Phillies.
Yeah.
their payroll is $750 million, and their combined batting average, I think, is like 0.18 or something. Something like ridiculously low.
Yeah,
like
no, it's very bad.
Like they're paying $750 million for these guys to be the guy on that team, and if they're not producing, who else do they have?
Yeah, I totally. And listen, Bryce Harper is my favorite player in the MLB. I hate to see this. I was hoping for an MV3 season. I mean, as of right now, it doesn't even look like that. He's not like he's batting 0.63. But like even the Phillies bullpen.
0.63?
Yes, he is 1 for 16.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Even their bullpen, Jose Alvarado, not a good first outing. Johan Duran hasn't been great. Christopher Sanchez is their ace at this point, with Zach Wheeler continuously being hurt. I don't even know how long Zach Wheeler's gonna be out for. But the Phillies are just not. They are on the wrong path as the Nationals are on the right path. They're kind of just like two ships passing in the dead of night. They're kind of just slowly going past each other, and I think this is the year the Nationals get back to the playoffs. And I think this might be the year that the Phillies miss the playoffs.
I like the Nationals, so I won't be.
But I love the Phillies
I won't be.
too.
I won't be bad.
I love the Phillies
Yeah.
too.
So you're saying you're saying you like the Philadelphia Eagles then? Go Birds.
I don't
Go Birds.
I don't ever want to hear those words come out of your mouth again. Or I will kill you. If that happens, this clip is going to be in the documentary after I kill you.
You heard it here first, folks. Christian is an accessory to a crime.
You want to talk about the Yankees?
I would love to talk about the Yankees. That's the only thing in baseball that I can talk about.
The Yankees have given up 3 runs this year.
Yeah.
3 total runs. The Yankees are one of 2 teams this season to give up less than 10 runs in their first up to this point. They are one of 2 teams. It's them and the Braves. The Braves have given up 6. The Yankees have given up 3, and 2 of them were last night.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. There's one caveat: is that the first 3 games were against the Giants.
I don't think the Giants are really that bad.
I agree, but I don't think they're that good to really prove the Yankee pitching. I will say that the pitching this year has been phenomenal, and the fact that we don't even have May?
Garrett Cole?
June? Yeah.
At least June.
June? Yeah. In June is phenomenal.
Even Ryan Weathers made his first Yankee appearance since we got him from the Marlins over the offseason. Mm-hmm. He pitched 4 1/3 with 7 strikeouts. The Yankees are striking
7
people
strikeouts.
out. I think, honestly, the only reason they lost last night is because of Aaron Boone's poor management. Shocker. Paul Blackburn,
never heard that one before.
Paul Blackburn should never have come out for that second inning.
Yeah.
Why did he only pitch Camilo Doval 2 pitches? There's so many different questions that you could ask Aaron Boone. Fernando Cruz looked incredible last night. He was making people look silly swinging at pitches. Mm-hmm. And Cam Schlittler is incredible. Yep. I think if it weren't for Roman Anthony, Cam Schlittler would have been Rookie of the Year this year. And he still can. Listen, I'm not counting it out. You heard it here first. Cam Schlittler will get Cy Young votes this year. That's my bold prediction for the season. Cam Schlittler
I hope
insane.
so.
Max Fried looked great.
I hope so.
Max Fried looked great. Even Will Warren didn't look that bad. He really didn't look that bad.
It's and listen, it's very, very early in the season, but it feels like it's all coming together. It feels like the puzzle pieces are clicking, and even on the flip side of the ball, not even pitching. You just want to talk about Caballero real quick? Like,
Caballero's looked great.
I don't think that Volpe, I think Volpe's a good backup to have. I think that if Caballero keeps this up, I think Volpe's gone.
I do just want to say No, we're not really talking about this. Nobody really is. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't notice it till just now.
What?
Giancarlo Stanton's batting 500.
Really?
He has 8 hits this year.
Holy shit, he is.
So I didn't even notice that. He has the second most hits in the MLB. So that's
Giancarlo Stanton, my goat.
that's something that's happening right now. I didn't even realize. But the Yankees' offense has not looked great, aside from Stanton and Caballero. Really,
Yeah.
Judge got.
Judge has 2 home runs.
Yeah,
Or 1 or 2.
no, he has 2 home runs.
Yeah.
But he only has 3 hits.
Hey, man. 66% home run rate.
His first non-home run hit was last night.
66.67% home run rate. Come on.
Ben Rice is batting 250. Caballero's batting 286. That's pretty good. Cody Bellinger's not bad. But then you got like Ryan McMahon. I think he has 1 hit. Wells doesn't look great. Jazz doesn't look great. Like, if you look at their splits, the Yankees, their batting average is only 224. Like,
that's not very good.
3 home runs. The team that's supposed to hit 1 million home runs has 3 home runs.
Yeah.
But
the good thing is though, if
I was saying on the flip side, they rank first in runs allowed, first in OPS allowed or OPS against, first in batting average against, first in total bases allowed. They are they are very good pitching, very good fielding team, but the offense needs to wake up if they want to make a run.
I agree. And the good thing though is that it's not like normal where both sides have their issues. If the pitching can stay consistent, I'm sure the batting will pick up.
Yeah.
That's really like my only thing. If the pitching can stay consistent,
one would have to.
You would have to hope. But they didn't do a lot in the offseason.
No, they did not.
I don't think they did enough in the offseason. So is that gonna hurt us in the long run? I don't know. Maybe. But
possibly.
The fact that the pitching looked good now is a good sign for, the future. But
yeah. I mean, yeah. The bats need to wake up. That's all.
But it's also early in the season. Like that's not really something that's.
Yes, that's why I prefaced this at the beginning. It's a very small sample size, but this is just what we're seeing right now. Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like that happens a lot in the MLB. Like in the first couple weeks of the season, teams really aren't hitting their. It's not like.
Yes, and the Yankees are notorious for not liking to play in the cold. Like, they do not play well in the cold. I believe it was 40 degrees in Seattle last night, which is hilarious because it's like 70 or 80 degrees here today.
Yeah. They left it just the wrong time.
Yeah. But
all right, well.
I think that's it for this week.
That is. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching the On the Bench podcast. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And we will see you all next week. Thank you.